Hello there, my fellow Otsutsuki brethren. It is I, Shinrayuki Otsutsuki, and we are back with another video. This video would be part 2 of What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Gaara. Now, before we continue, I would just like to say don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, comment down below anything you'd like me to do, and also tell me if the intro of calling you guys Otsutsuki brethren is okay with you. Now let's get right into the video. Last time we left off, Izuku dealt with the sludge villain by using the Sun Mausoleum technique, leaving All Might behind to carry the bits and pieces of the sand merged with the sludge to bottle it up. When Izuku got home, Izuku went straight to his room contemplating on what happened, the incident that happened. All he could remember was seeing a man with rosy pink hair and a shadowy figure behind that man. But Izuku would push that to the back of his head, as he would think that he has 10 months of training to do. Izuku would start pondering, walking around the room, thinking of where will he train, that he will need a place to train that is quite sandy and abandoned. As he would go online and start to surf the internet and find that there is a beach called Diego. This beach was thought to be abandoned. Izuku, not knowing why, would say perfect. This would be the best place for him to be able to train. Whilst continuing doing more research on certain other things, would Izuku's net surfing would be hauled up as he would hear the voice of his mother saying, "Izuku darling, dinner is ready." Izuku would open his door and then shout, "I'm on my way." Izuku would then go and prepare to have dinner with his mother. Whilst having dinner, Izuku would sim- whilst having dinner, Izuku would get puzzled by a question which his mother would ask. "Izuku darling, do you still wish to head to UA?" Izuku with a puzzled face would say, "Yeah mom, why?" As Inko would go, "Perfect. You would, since there's 10 months of training, that means you would have to train, right? And if you have to train on your quirk with the inverted comma sign with her hands." Izuku would notice this but still push this at the back of his head. Izuku would say, "Yeah mom, what's wrong? What's wrong?" As Inko would say, "Great. If I were to give you a suggestion onto a place you might need to train, I would suggest that you train at the beach called Deku Beach, a few miles from here." As she would go on to rant and say that that beach is perfect for you to be able to train. There is no pros who really pass there, and there's empty as to what I've heard. After that little conversation, Izuku would go on to help his mother clean the kitchen. After cleaning, Izuku would go upstairs to have a nap. When Izuku would begin to doze off into the pit of darkness, Izuku would feel himself drowning by sand. Unknowingly, Izuku would rather not be worried but also feel calm at the same time. As whilst that happening, Izuku would get certain flash memories of the same person, a person with rosy pink hair, in a desert, surrounded by many buildings built out of concrete like sand. Izuku would witness that the person was treated quite badly, and the person would have a tattoo on the forehead which said love. Out of the out of the Out in the physical plane of Izuku's body, anyone who came in would be able to recognize that Izuku's body was starting to get a few changes. Izuku's as the as the Midoriya trait green head color would begin to turn pink in certain strips. Certain strips of the hair would begin to turn pink. But hopping back into the dream world, Izuku would see that this young person would look similar to the man that he met. Looking around, Izuku would then notice that the villagers would start to treat him poorly and call him a demon and whatsoever. Izuku, not knowing about any of this, would then try to think what is going on. Following the following the man, Izuku would begin to get more flash memories as he would see the man head off to a village with a symbol of a leaf. Many people were there, as Izuku would also meet a child with blonde hair. The hair was ruffled up like a pineapple. Jesus. With blonde hair. As as Izuku would also with blonde hair, a boy with a weird like crest on his back, and a girl with cherry blossom pink hair. Izuku would notice that the the boy that looks similar to the man that would introduce his name, Gaara of the Desert. As after that was said, Izuku would then quickly risen from his sleep due to the disturbance of his alarm. Izuku still not knowing what went on because of the fact that those memories weren't quite clear. They were vague memories, they were flash memories simply going by rather quickly. Izuku would begin to contemplate on what he dreamt about last night, as he would remember that his 10 months of training begins today. Izuku would quickly head downstairs, as when he head downstairs he would see a woman with blonde hair with rather a vaguely blonde shade of um shade of blonde on her head. As Izuku would say, "Oh hey, Auntie Mitsuki." As a response, she would say, "Hey Izuku, how you doing? And are you going for a new look?" Inko would head from the kitchen and say what Mitsuki is talking about, as she would see sorry, as she would say, "What new look is Mitsuki talking about?" I should head from the kitchen and would see Midoriya with green and pink strips of hair. Inko would begin to ask what happened to him, because clearly last night that never happened. As she would say this, Inko would begin to remember the stories that her grandfather used to tell her and the pictures that her grandfather used to also show her of her distant relatives. A man with a tattoo on his forehead which said love, and with well, to be more specific, it's sort of red, but either way, hair on his head. That man was had a, that man had the similar abilities that Izuku had, and Inko, as Mitsuki would begin to tell Inko, is she alright? As Inko would space out. Inko would then back into reality and said that she's okay, don't worry about it. As Mitsuki would say, then what's wrong with Izuku's head? Do you know anything about this? After that little commotion, Inko would realize that Izuku has a sheet of paper in his hand and would ask, "Izuku darling, what's that?" Izuku there, "Oh right." He would hand a sheet of paper to Inko and say that, "Could you prepare these stats on the paper for him from now on?" Mitsuki would then ask, Mitsuki would then ask curiously, "What's going on? Are you going on a diet, kid?" And Izuku would then say, "You could sort of say that, but this is for my training." As Inko, fuck, as Mitsuki would say, "Oh, you're still planning to head to UA, right?" As Izuku would say, "Yes." So that happened in the morning. Izuku would then head back upstairs, go prepare, and then would head downstairs, have his breakfast, and head down to Delga Beach to give it a look out. On Oh God, fucking God, where the fuck is it? 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 Oh my Lord, have mercy. Oh fuck. Okay. After his breakfast, Izuku would head down to Diago Beach. Well, not necessarily halfway there, but upon a good distance closely to the beach, Izuku would notice. Jesus! Izuku then noticed two naturally blonde figures. From a distance, he could see one of them was quite large, and the other one was sort of a lean posture. But if you could look closely, it looked like he's pretty large himself. Izuku then run down to the other beach. When he got closer, he would get a better look at those figures, and the thought to be large figure was quite small, very very small. That it was quite strange that he looked like he was on the verge of shattering rather instantly. When he head down the stairs, all of a sudden one of those blonde figure would come up to him and say, "Hi, my name is," and this is where we're going to end it. Hope you like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and also comment down below. Also, sorry for the 2 weeks of being off. My family wanted me to have my worst nightmare of them all Christmas shopping with them. Don't want to offend anyone who celebrates Christmas, but I don't like Christmas. I definitely don't like Christmas. Christmas is my worst nightmare. But either way, bye.